All right, man. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. I'm back again. We're going to try to make some more money. I'm going to be giving away 3 free picks in this video. All I ask from you is I try to give you the best picks possible for completely free, and I try to get them out as early as I can. So if you could just subscribe and hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, the first thing we have to do, like always, is recap what we did yesterday. And when you look at the recap, we once again had another profitable day, going up 0.7 units. Obviously, it's not as big as the 4-unit day that we had on Sunday, but still, you can never be mad at a winning day, and that's exactly what I said right here. We didn't have as big of a day as Sunday, but it's never a bad thing to have a winning day, and that puts us now at 6 winning days in a row, which I don't think anybody can complain about. We're winning money every single day, but to recap real quick, we went 2 for 2 on our player props. Jaden Bradley ended with 3 assists, so he easily could have went 3 for 1. I mean, he had 3 at halftime. I'm not exactly sure how he didn't get 1 in the second half, but he didn't. And the money lines and spreads, we went 1-1 on 2 money line picks. And then on our value bet parlay, we had Kansas State plus 6.5 and Duke versus Virginia over 126.5 total points. Both alt lines, and that ended up cashing to give us a winner at plus 130. So that was pretty good. That's where the majority of our profit came from, because we basically broke even on the money lines and the player props. So this parlay right here gave us some profit for the day, and that sums everything up. It was a smaller slate, so I didn't give out a ton of picks. But today, with the big slate that we have, I think we're going to be able to make a ton of money. All I want to tell you about real quick is if you go click the first link in the description, you're going to find my VIP right here, obviously. But if you don't want to pay for anything, just go and subscribe to this free plan right here. I send out free picks every single day, and if I find something throughout the day that looks really good, I'll send it out to this free plan for completely free. The only reason I don't add that in a YouTube video sometimes is simply due to plays popping up later on that aren't available right now as I'm recording. So go subscribe to this. You're going to get even more free plays. All it's going to do is help you out even more than these videos do. Or if you want my best plays, obviously you can subscribe to VIP. Completely up to you. Go do that. And now let's get into the first pick, which is going to be Jace Richardson on Michigan State to go under 13.5 points. As you can see right here, when it comes to the season as a whole, he is hitting this under 83% of the time, going under in 20 of his 24 games, which is obviously really good to see. And then when we look at a smaller and smaller range, we can start with the last 20. He's went under in 16 of 20, which is 80%. And his last 10, he's also went under 80% of the time. And then in his last 5, he's gone under 80% of the time as well. And that right there shows me that he not only has gone under over the season, but he's also gone under as of late, which is really good to see if you're looking to take this pick. You don't want him to just have gone under a lot earlier on in the season, and now he's more evening it out. You want to see that it stays the same all throughout, and right here, that's exactly what we see. And then to just add on top of that, he's playing against Purdue, who are 119th in the country in points allowed, and that is obviously really good to see because it's a good matchup to go along with a guy that doesn't hit his over very often. I mean, he's literally just averaging 10 points on the season, which is well below this mark, and considering he's playing a really good defense, I just don't see any way that he goes over this line, so go get it at 13.5 while you can before this line moves. I think it's a great pick, and I really think it's going to cash. So that's my first pick. Now, for my second pick, we're going to go over here, and we're going to take Patterson on Minnesota to go over 2.5 assists. As you can see, I want to start with the whole season, just like I did with the last guy. And when you see the season as a whole, he is hitting this mark under 80% of the time in 20 out of 25 games, which is obviously really good. But just like the other guy, you want to look at recent events as well. And when you go to last 20, he's hitting it at an 85% rate, which is even higher. Last 10, 80%, so it stays about even. And in his last 5, 80% again, where he only went under, and he had 2 in his last game against USC, so he barely went under, and this is why I like this line so much. I don't see any reason why he can't put up 3 assists. I know he's playing a decent defense here that is 127th in the country in allowing assists, but at the same time, he has played good defenses before. I mean, he played Illinois, and they were 46th ranked against assists, and he still put up 4. He played Washington, and they're 50th in allowing assists, and he put up 4. And the same thing for Michigan State, who are 140th. He played a lot of good defenses, and he still was able to go over this mark consistently. So I don't see any reason why he isn't able to in this game, especially with them being outside of the top 100. It's obviously not ideal, but the percentages are just too well lined up for us not to take this over, especially at a value like minus 119 or minus 130. I think that's just giving us too good of odds to not take this. So go take Patterson on Minnesota to go over 2.5 assists. Now, before I get into my third and final banger pick that I'm really confident in, I do want to tell you something really quick. If you go sign up with Sports Millions right here with my code FBL, and you send proof to my phone number right here that you deposited $10, not only is Sports Millions going to give you $59 back for completely free, but I'm also going to give you a free month of VIP completely on me. I already showed you earlier, this is about $100 of value, and you're getting it for just $10, and you're getting the free $59 to play with. And on top of that, Sports Millions is doing something that no other sportsbook does. They're giving 40 X's on six-mans, which is just absolutely insane. That's how you take money from sportsbooks. You find ones that are giving way too high of odds on certain plays, and Sports Millions is giving away $59 free when you deposit, and they're going to give you 40X payouts on six legs, which is just insane. But only when you use my code FBL are you going to get that free cash. Just send me proof to this number right here, and I'll get you set up with a free month of VIP as well. So much value here. I just want to tell you about that real quick. Now, for our last and final pick, we're going to go take a look at Ben on Illinois to go under rebounds plus assists at this line of 6.5. As you can see, just like the other two guys, he is hitting this under super consistently over the season, going under at a 77% rate. Only hitting his over 6 times out of 20 games, which is really good. And then when you look at last 20, what you're going to see is he's going under 75% of the time, last 10, 70% of the time, and then last 5, 60% of the time. Going over twice against a terrible defense here and against a pretty good defense here. But with all things considered, when you look at the percentages as a whole, it's just too good for you to rely on just 2 games where he went over, and this game he barely went over, so it doesn't really scare me too much. I think he'll probably have 4 or 5 rebounds plus assists combined, which keeps him well under this mark, especially considering he's playing Wisconsin, who obviously have a really good defense, 72nd in assists and 128th in rebounds. So it's not like this is an easy job for him to go out there and get rebounds and assists. It's going to be pretty hard considering the defense he's playing. And then when you also consider that he played Wisconsin just 2 months ago and he went well under this mark, only having 1 rebound and 1 assist, that looks extremely good, especially considering this is a game they won. So I think he's going to go under this mark pretty easily. Don't see any reason that he goes over, and that is going to be my third official pick. So go lock all of these in. I'm extremely confident in all of them. To recap real quick, Jace Richardson under 13.5 points, Patterson over 2.5 assists, and then finally Ben to go under 6.5 rebounds plus assists. If you want to, you can change it up and do something like PRA. It is completely up to you, but he went under head-to-head as well in that game. And then you can see that he's hitting his under consistently, and you're going to get a little bit better odds on it because it adds points into the equation. But if you want to take the safer bet, do rebounds plus assists. But if you want better odds, you can do PRA. Either one is fine, but I'm going with rebounds plus assists under at this line of 6.5. So go lock those in, subscribe, and hit that like button if you enjoy free pick videos just like this. Go subscribe to the free plan right here if you want more free picks. And until next time, let's all go print some money.